Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Tutorial Grid. This is an exciting one. We're actually going to learn how to make somebody disappear. But first off, make sure to go online and check us out at Avid Productions 479. That's facebook.com/Avid Productions 479. We check out all of our new projects, some photography, some really cool stuff. You get all the new updates about Distant Drifter, as well as a bunch of new projects we have coming on online, as well as some cool promotions with our sponsor, one of our sponsors, Jungle Network. Well, not sponsor, but one of our friends, Jungle Network. Yeah, we like friends. So, the actual effect that we are going to be creating today is we're going to make someone disappear, and that looks like this. Pretty cool little effect. This is from the Distant Drifter. Make somebody disappear. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and dive into this. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to bring up our After Effects panel. Now, in order to create this shot, you're going to need one shot with the actor, actress, or whoever you have playing the role or something you want to make disappear. As well as you're going to need a background slate. So the slate is just a static image or a video file of what you want to put the actress or actor over, or whatever you want to have disappear over. Alright, so first off, what we are going to do is we are going to create a Roto Brush. Alright, now to do that, what you want to do is you're going to create you're going to take this top file, the 70 or whatever file you have, and you're going to hit the Roto Brush and you're going to double click on the file. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to select all of what you want to make disappear. So in my case, I want to make this lovely lady Kayla disappear, and we're just going to select what we want. Now, the proper way to do this would have been to use a green screen. That way we have all the feathering of the hair out, but really in the displacement you're not going to really see a lot of difference. So this should work just fine. So we'll go ahead and select that. I don't really want to select this. I will select this though, because it'll give us a little bit of a layer to play with. Get the rest of her hair here. Cancel out. So by canceling, to get rid of some of this, you actually press alternate click and you can get rid of some of that, but you want to make sure to get all of her hair, and go ahead and get rid of some of this. So alternate click again and get rid of that layer, and then push this back and get that back. Go ahead and alternate click there again. Let's go ahead and get some of this back here and some of that there. Go ahead and alternate click around here because we're training the brush not to look at this layer. Get that hair back. We don't want any of this, so alternate click through here, and anything you don't want, alternate click on. I'm going to go ahead and keep that hair out. I don't want to deal with it because I screwed up whenever I was shooting this and did not use a green screen, but this is a good alternate way of doing it. The first time I did it, I actually had to mask out all this, and it looked really well, but this is a lot easier way to do it. So yes, Roto Brush is basically my savior in this situation. So yeah, keep alternate clicking. We don't want any of this. Alright, so now that we have our brush trained to just look at this file here, go ahead and scrub through it by pressing space, and it will scrub through all of those files. Also, a part of your Roto Brush, just to let you guys know, you actually have a certain time limit for your Roto Brush, and usually it's about 48 frames, so about 2 seconds. You can actually elongate it by clicking and dragging your Roto tool. So that's just a quick, easy way if this Roto Brush forgets what it's looking at. But so far everything's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and keep going with the Roto Brush. Alright, I've got about 5 seconds worth, so I'm going to go ahead and bring my little timeline down. That way it doesn't think anymore. Alright, now we're going to go back into the composition by going to our composition over here. Now we have the Roto brushed out. So we have this layer, and this should be completely cut out. So blam! It is cut. Okay, Cool. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to place this layer, actually be, okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to displace it. So in order to do that, we actually have to pre-compose this layer. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into composition and or layer, and we're going to pre-compose. So we're going to move all attributes in the new composition. That way it acts as if this has already been cut out and there is no effect brought onto it. So technically it's looking as if there is no effect brought onto it. So whenever it looks at it, this is completely cut out. So the pre-comp cut out, no effects brought onto it. So it's actually only looking at this layer. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to displace it. So we have our displacement map brought up. It's called displacement, so DISP, displacement map, and we're going to bring that actually onto the bottom layer. So you're going to bring it onto this layer right here. Now notice we put the displacement on there, but there's nothing going on. You can do this and it looks really kind of cool, but it's not working the way we want it to. So what you actually do is under displacement map layer, you're going to select the composition that you had created with whatever you were wanting to disappear, and you're going to go to the use horizontal and vertical displacement. You're actually going to hit illuminance on both, and I usually wrap the pixels just so it just gives it a little bit better look. And in this case, I'm going to actually move this down into the negatives. So it's going to bring over some of those looks, and look at what's going on. Oh my gosh, there is a Kayla there. Sweet, and that's looking pretty good. I want to bring this down a bit. So now that that has gone on, we have an invisible person. That is freaking cool. We've got the invisible chick now. So now that we have this, we are going to go ahead and go back into our pre-composition. We're going to copy this layer actually. So we're going to copy that, bring that back in, and paste it. We are going to go ahead and take the Roto Brush off of it. So now we have the layer on top of that with her. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a mask. So rectangle mask, bring this up and just create that mask on there. We're also going to animate it. So on this, we're going to make just like a quick zoom, and she's going to appear to be invisible. So we're going to hit MM on the top layer here, and we're going to hit the stopwatch on mask, not mask expansion, but mask path, and we're going to select our mask. And since we have a keyframe there, we're going to go up to maybe, let's just make this about 2 seconds long. And we're going to just move that mask up. Move that mask up. Okay, and then when we do that, it's going to reveal our invisible person, hopefully. Maybe. Alright, now that we have our invisible person, you can see this kind of revealing her. I'm going to go ahead and put this about in the middle. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So now, let's see here. We're going to feather this out just a tad bit. That way it's just a little bit more of a softer line. Alright, so now that we have that, let's just kind of look how quickly this kind of goes. Awesome. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new layer. So go to New Layer, Solid. For some reason, I just really like blues in this, so I'm going to create kind of a bluish layer. So I'm going to hit that and hit OK. And I'm also going to create another rectangle. Actually, I'm going to do a rounded rectangular mask. So I'm just going to create just a small mask like this. Just a small little one. And then I'm going to go over here and go to Gaussian Blur. So we'll hit Gaussian. Actually, no. Let's actually just feather this out. So we'll hit MM on our mask. And then we'll feather it. So we'll zoom in a little bit and we will feather the mask out. And then we're going to actually add glow. So let's add the glow layer. Stylize glow. There we go. Alright, and we're going to up the radius just a tad. And threshold, we're going to make it real kind of blue. Make it kind of look like a lightsaber. But what we're going to do is we are going to add that little displacement. So we're going to go back into this comp. Oh, no, not that one. We're going to actually go into the displacement layer. So we're going to copy this. So copy that, and we are going to add this on top of our little medium glow. As well as we're not going to wrap pixels. So we do not want to wrap the pixels. We are just going to be moving this one small layer. Alright, here we go. There we go. That's looking better, right? Right like that. Awesome. Alright. So, now that we have this, we are going to, while this is going on, I'm going to brain fart. We're going to animate the position, so we're going to hit MM. So we're going to hit mask path, and we are going to start this. Double click on here, and we're going to start this down here. And whenever this is going up, we're going to basically follow it as it goes up. So this is going to come out about right here. So double click on that, move it over a little bit, and then just kind of move this up. Make sure you don't get the stripe outside of this line, because then you see the stripe over here. So you want to keep this inside. So just kind of animate that in through this line, and then just kind of bring it up like so. And bring it up about right here, and then we'll actually feather this. So let's see what that looks like. Got a cool little energy wipe here. Looks neat. Looks pretty cool, you know. Yeah, you like that? You like the way that looks there? Yeah. All right. So now that we have that, I want to go ahead and feather it out just a little bit, or actually change the opacity. So I'm gonna hit T. So I'm gonna click stopwatch here, and then before it gets up here, I'm going to hit 0 on our opacity. That way, before it stops, it just kind of moves away. So we have this. Got kind of the energy kind of flowing up and through. And let's see, what else can we add to this? That's right, we can add a new solid. Make sure it's black. I'm going to add an optical flare, which is going to add to the intensity of this effect. So hit optical flares, and then we're going to bring this on top. Now, Optical Flares is made by Video Copilot. Video Copilot is awesome. You can buy it off their website, and yes, that's all I'm going to say about that. So this brings up our preset menu, and then we are going to go down. Let's see what we have here. We have the Pro presets from Optical Flares. That one, I like that one. The Gleam, we're going to just go ahead and use that for tutorial purposes. Go ahead and hit Mode, Add. So now we have this cool little layer. I'm going to change the brightness on here a little bit. And we are going to animate this. So as this comes up, we're going to animate this coming up. So we have, alright, so to animate this, we are going to set it here, and we're going to set a keyframe. So on positions, we're going to set position keyframe here, and then we'll move it up, and whenever it gets about right here, we'll move that right on up. And we'll also set a keyframe about right here on our brightness. Then whenever it goes up to about right here, we'll set it down. So you'll see it just completely disappear. Kind of make sure you move that down a little bit. Make sure it follows the lineage of the effect. you want, you can make this brighter. Sometimes I like to let's set a keyframe. So let's move this up and go into Effects, Optical Flares, Brightness. Go ahead and set a keyframe here. That way it starts at this brightness, and move it up. And then whenever it gets about right here, we'll actually brighten it up a tad. And then whenever it comes back down, you just see it kind of go back down through here. So awesome. It's looking good. Now we have an invisible person. She turned invisible. Cool. Now another thing you can do, which would be fun, is just kind of add just a little bit of, I guess, energy. I'm really into this energy thing. Let's go to Layer, New, Layer, New, Solid, and create a black solid. Let's do Fractal Noise. Go ahead and bring that on top of here. Let's see here. Let's find something that looks good. And progressive. Let's do rocky. Let's do really high contrast. Not so bright. Complexity turn up. And let's kind of set the evolution. So hit stopwatch on the evolution, and then move it past the 5-second marker. That way it evolves at a quicker rate. So whenever we look back at it, you just see this really kind of subtle movement through it all. And go ahead, and what we're going to do again is hit that displacement. So copy that and then paste it on top of here. And then we're going to move this underneath our composition. So whenever you see it, move that on top, and then we'll hit add, and then we're also going to mask out our person here a little bit. And then we're also, again, we're going to move that luminance back up, and we are not going to wrap pixels. So let's see here. Right, like that, and let's go up a tad, like that. So whenever she gets revealed again, she has this kind of moving craziness going on. Let's go ahead and tint this a little. So go to tint and tint that down here. Again, blue, because we like the energy. We like the energy to be blue. There's a really just kind of subtle look to it. You just see that energy just kind of flowing through. Looks pretty cool. Actually, let's go back into here. Let's go back into this. Let's move this down. Let's find that keyframe and move it up just a little bit. See that just kind of evolve more. That's looking a lot better. Just kind of have this cool displaced energy that's on this invisible person. I mean, looks pretty cool. I enjoy energy a lot. Just this these cool little displacement effects. Let's see what glow looks like. Maybe a little glow. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. There we go. Really cool energy person. Yes, this is looking really cool. I am totally digging this. Alright, now that we have this done, let's go ahead and color correct it. So let's go into Layer, New, Adjustment Layer, and let's go into Curves, and let's put this on top. And I always crush my blacks. Always crush them. Crush the blacks. Let's move that up just a tidbit. And let's add a little bit of yellow. A little blue here. Yeah, it's looking real nice. We have this invisible person. It's looking real good. Also, we can go in and we can set all our motion. So what this does is whenever you click this and you check the layers that have some motion on it, just brings a little bit more motion blur into your composition. That way, whenever something moves, it just looks a little bit more natural. So go ahead and do this again, and just see that just kind of brown. Sweet. All right, we have this awesome invisible person, like I promised, with this cool energy, the energy of invisibility. All right, cool. Well, this is Cherokee at Tutorial Grid. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. We'll have a lot more tutorials, especially about the cool Distant Drifter stuff, so make sure to share the Distant Drifter, because we're going to make more episodes. We've gotten a lot of emails about them, so check it out, share it, as well as check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/avidproductions479. Again, this is Cherokee at Tutorial Grid, and you guys have a great day.